Hello, everyone. Hello, Corencio. Hello, Beef. And hello, anyone viewing anonymously. Oh, hello, Max. Hello, Max. Yes, you are out of homework and grading hell. Fuck yeah. I am in the pits of a fucking nightmare, but it's fine. I guess I'll start with that. I think I'm going to have to cancel Homestuck reread stream tomorrow. I have a midterm paper due on Monday, and I haven't started it. And I also have a really long staff meeting tomorrow. So, yeah, the grad school vibe. For the next, week and a half, it's nothing but deadline after deadline, every 2 fucking days. So, it's midterm. What can I say? Do you suddenly get 300 points? Oh. I mean, I think that's the bonus for when you start following someone, but I know that's you've been doing that for a while, so I don't know. A gift for you. A fun little surprise. But yeah, I won't bother outlining every single deadline, but there's a lot of them. So I'm gonna say tomorrow's Homestuck reread is canceled, and I'm thinking from here probably until the end of my school term, which is mid-April, what I'm going to do for a stream schedule is I'm going to do only one weekend stream. I'm going to do Psycholonials on Saturday nights because I have something due on a Friday every single week until the end of this month. I completed and handed in the assignment that was due today. Woohoo. So I'm good for today. But there's something due on Friday every single day until the end of this month. Or every single Friday until the end of this month. So, Psycholonials on Saturday, and if there's no Psycholonials that week, then I just won't do a weekend stream, because I'll probably need the time, which come to think of it, I think next weekend is actually the first of those weekends, if I recall correctly. But yeah, I got paper due Monday, I got, a reading review research thing due on Wednesday, and then 2 more research review kind of things due on Friday, and then on the Monday there's another assignment, an interview assignment due, and then on the Tuesday I'm giving a presentation on something. I feel like I'm missing something. Anyway, yeah, so this is converging nicely with a weekend where I think I'm just gonna need the whole weekend. Wednesdays are my, dedicated night off every week. Fuck doing homework on Wednesdays. Because that's my last day of classes for the week. So it's okay, after 3 days of doing fucking classes, I'm taking Wednesdays off. So, Sonic streams will just depend on how I'm feeling at the end of the school week. But, that's the plan for now. Thanks for your patience and understanding with having to shuffle things around. Back-to-back presentations. Oof. Hello, Biangle. Hello, I was just, reviewing stream schedule stuff. Couldn't do things. New D&D. Oh, sweet. Tomorrow it shall be. Yeah, this one is... I mean, I don't think there's been a single chapter so far where I haven't been this one's a lot. Yes, that is the stream tonight. Yeah, I was just saying I'm doing some schedule shuffle stuff. I'll post all the information. I'll update all my information after stream today. But yeah. Oh, I always do this. Okay, there we go. Captions are running. What was I going to do? Right, I got to get this text off the screen. And then... Do you be disappointed if it wasn't a lot? Yeah. So, you may notice a familiar name. That is because these are the 2 stream archives of Homestuck, A Brief History of Shame, which basically Octopimp streamed him watching literally all of his old Homestuck videos. And I did not catch all of it because, you know, I had like shit to do. Some of it was Wednesday night, so I was in and out on Wednesday night checking in on this. But yeah, you're watching with your longtime Homestuck friend and you were veritably trauma bonding. Yeah, it's, oh wow. As in both Homestuck and high school. Oh, now that's a combination for the ages. Yeah. Yeah, the first stream was 7+ hours, and that's only half of the fucking videos. And then he did like a part 2 the next day that I didn't see like any of. Although I did see a clip, if I can get the if I can, whoops, I forgot to do what I was going to do with this. If I can get the link from a server that I'm in. Oh god, that's the wrong document. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the links together for the YouTube video. Of him talking about the Sharpie dye incident. So that's something. If I can find it. Part 2 has a surprise at the end. This is, as far as I know, only available from the stream as of yet. Do I not know about the surprise at the end of this stream? Hello? There's a surprise at the end of this stream? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to... Octopimp... No. Oh, hi, Rising Leku. No, he didn't participate. He knows one of the people who was in the hotel room with that person. That's what the clip... The clip is him talking about it. Sorry, I should have... I'm very bad at leaving things incomplete when I say words. Oh, Max, are you not aware of the Sharpie dye incident? Oh, I feel so blessed to be the one to introduce you to this fucking nightmare. Okay, long story short. Okay. You just jumped in. Yes. Welcome. We're just getting started at a very exciting point, as you can see. So, oh god, where do I even start with this? Okay. Oh, Beefcake, is that the video that was uploaded by that girl with the username that I don't remember? That's just like a bunch of the same letter. It is. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a good resource for that story. Dang it, I keep opening the wrong Word document. There we go. Seen that you recommended. Yeah. I watched it just because it was linked in a server.
The next video. Bye.
But yeah, what's this, Max? Yep. That's pretty much the feeling when it comes to the Sharpie dye incident. Basically, somebody used they filled a bath. The long and short of it is that they filled a bathtub full of what was it, like isopropyl and 90% isopropyl and Sharpie dye and tried to dye their skin gray for a troll cosplay using Sharpie dye. So, yeah, and the video contains more information about that particular incident. It's notorious. It is often claimed to be just another made-up Tumblr story, but there's been a couple of people who've corroborated it. Honestly, I'd buy it because people really just were like that in like 2011. Yep.
This will only make you stronger.
Yeah. So that's the mood here. Why not just use grease paint? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, okay, this story came out, and I guess this incident happened, so to speak, at a time when the act of body painting oneself for cosplay had not yet been perfected. Because, like, from what I have heard, and I do strongly believe this, that the Homestuck fandom kind of, like, created the Bible of, or, like, on the topic of full body paint for, like, completely changing your skin color. I know that it certainly affected a lot of con rules around body paint. But yeah, so you thought LARPers did that? Maybe, yeah. That, I mean, like, it's likely, yeah. But yeah, that was something that, yeah, it created a lot of issues at conventions with Homestuck because it was a lot of very young and inexperienced cosplayers covering themselves in paint and then, like, not sealing it properly and, like, making a whole mess out of things. Trial and vast error. Perfected the amateur's Bible. A lot of horror stories about LARPers who play drow basically going around in blackface. Oh, yikes. Nope. Yeah, that's very bad. But yeah, long story short, that's the Sharpie dye incident. That video also talks about another incident of a video that went viral a few years ago of someone who talked about super gluing Tavros horns to their head. Alistair Casey. That was the username. You're nicing the vast error thing. Pervasive thing. It's even made it onto Community's D&D episode. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, no, the super glue thing? Oh my god. Alistair Casey on YouTube did. Okay, now I gotta find that fucking video. And I'll link that as well. Yeah, it was, high school baby's first cosplay thing, and, like, things are falling apart, and he super glued Tavros horns to his fucking head. Here it is. Copy link address. I haven't watched this video in years, but I'm pretty sure it's fine. Always use a soluble adhesive. A Terzi cosplayer who ate real chalk in front of you had red sclera lenses, and the next day she was dressed as Umbreon, arguably in blackface. Ugh. Umbreon, not a person or even an elf, but it was still weird. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I think it doesn't really matter what you're intending. Painting your face entirely with black grease paint is just a big no-no. It doesn't matter if you're supposed to be Umbreon. Don't do it. God. First Homestuck cosplay, God tier John. Nice. Or that orange horns and gray face paint included in that era. All they had to ruin was a pair of shoes. Yeah, Twitch really said that's enough of that nonsense. Twitch really said, play the fucking game. So, yeah, I think that's about it for the browser for now. We'll look at the Instagram stuff later. We're over here now. Yeah, Twitch said end distraction. I believe it's because you're dipping for spoilers. Yep, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, gray face paint TOS violation. Hello? Hello? How we doing? Are we gonna kick around a little longer this time? Please and thanks, please and thanks. Internet. Okay. Hello. Hello. This is longer than it stuck around every other time. So I'm gonna open the game. And, we shall see. I think it's sticking around. I said it out loud because you forgot we're not in a voice call. Yeah. I think that's a reasonable response when someone says hello. You just kind of like, hello? It was very out of nowhere because all of a sudden my internet was back. It seems to be sticking. It appears to be hanging around. So I'm gonna have some water. And, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's go. So we gotta go into here. Into the chapters. And click chapter 4. Okay. So we left off... Oh, that's right. Interlude 2. Before we continue. Okay, we're gonna get... Oh, yeah. I was downloading it, my videos to re-upload for a bit, but like recording within OBS is like a million times better if you're wanting to do any sort of uploading or playing around with clips. Anyhow, I have run into that issue as well. It's really just, it's better to just record in your own device, as I have learned. But yes, you'll stick through the interlude, alright? And then I shall see you off. Uh-oh. Looks like the authorities are finally closing in. You knew this was coming, right? You knew this was coming, right? You've been sloppy, Jen. You set up a shoddy alibi, pinned the shit on an innocent simp for some reason, and started babbling to a first responder about the witness protection program, for God's sake. Well, we're not exactly dealing with a master criminal here, but I will say this much. We are dealing with a criminal who's got guts. And wherever there exist people with guts, there exist people who stand a chance. It took guts to dump that car in the Sound. It took guts to play it cool and start a kick-ass media empire out of the house of a highly visible internet celebrity. And it'll take even more guts to manage a brand with 1 million followers when you're a wanted felon making national headlines. Yeah, this wanted poster coming up was the end of the last chapter. So maybe it's time to put those guts to use. Maybe you're ready to make a real choice. You could always delete your account and pretend this never happened. That'd probably save you a ton of trouble. Or you could charge full steam ahead. Fuck the news, fuck the haters, and fuck the police. There isn't a force in heaven or earth that could slow your brand down now. So what'll it be, Jen? Delete account or can't stop now? Once again, we can't make an actual decision here. Doc Scratch. Something dirty about how they call her Jen and not Z. Like, overfamiliarity or mild animosity. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I've noticed that it's kind of a mix of some people who will refer to them as Jen or refer to them as Z. I've been pretty much entirely using Z just because it's stated in the first, like, they state in the first chapter that, like, it may have come from those circumstances, but they kind of prefer it anyway because it's something that's theirs and that they own, and that they made for themselves. So I was just like, okay, well, if that's their, you know, current statement of preference, then I'll just stick with using Z. But yeah, this was another false decision. Basically just turn yourself in or keep fighting. Yes, that as well. All the transcripts for the conversations use Z. Anyway, you click anywhere on the screen. Whoops. Okay, this is my fault. I knew damn well this wouldn't work. If I'm being totally honest, I just wanted to say hello again. To remind you I exist. To remind you what the stakes are. The facts have remained unchanged, though. The ability to make meaningful choices in this story are still only allowed to be unlocked by a true successor. And that still ain't you. But it does look like you're making some progress, so don't give up hope just yet. I'll check back in on you soon enough. Just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. And I think we both know what that's gonna be, lol. Because you're a fighter, Jen. That's what I love about you. Who is this man? It's the Chapter 4, A Symbol of Strength. Still gunning for the Green Giant is the interlude narrator. Your second guess is Hussie, but you're more wary of that. Yeah, I'm leaning away from the Green Giant. I think the Green Giant is riotous. And I'm leaning away from riotous because their text shows up as literally green text. Also, this song slaps so fucking hard. Peace out. Alright, have a good evening, Biangle. See you around. Yeah, this music is great. It's fucking amazing. Sword of Damocles, yes. That Sword of Damocles imagery is in every title card and every ending card. A name for Z's patron? Yeah. They said at some point, I think it was chapter 2 or 3, that Riotous is the name of kind of like the Jubilite god. It's like a Jubilite god figure, and is the one who's been appearing in her dreams and communicating this information. But yeah, it is really strong. Really strong imagery, Sword of Damocles, especially with all of this like high risk stuff that they've been doing. But yeah, God, this track slaps so fucking hard. I am purchasing the whole soundtrack when it's all available. I haven't been looking at the Bandcamp. I don't know if they've been keeping up with every volume. Yeah, they have. So there's 4 EPs available. You find out because of Bandcamp? Oh, did you buy the one album and now you're getting email notifications about the Psycholonials page? Let's see, 3 in the first one. Oh, 5 in the second one, 3 in the third, 4 in... Interesting. Yeah, I guess I could just buy them as they come out. I should probably just do that. Is it I think it's still Bandcamp Day. I'll have to watch out for the next one, the next Bandcamp Day, so that I can buy them, and with 100% of the proceeds going to them. It drops with chapter. Oh, you're getting Elder God vibes from Hiatus, like the kind of god that gets powers from people knowing of his existence. Interesting. That's a good point. It's Fridays. Yeah, it's definitely Fridays. I can't remember if it's like every Friday. I think it's really fucking awesome though that Bandcamp started doing those. Because that was just like something they started doing a few months into pandemic stuff, to support artists who aren't able to do any touring or shows right now. But yeah, so the song fucking slaps. But now, okay, so it's 2 weeks after they roped Percy into their fraud scheme. And 2 weeks after the Nantucket Police Department wanted poster has come into being. And we begin our story at Abby's estate. If you take a look to the left of the house, back where the horse barn is, or the horse stable, you can see David Hasselhoof hanging out, grazing outside, and a little figure making a swift escape out the back of the house. A little figure named Z. As an outlaw in the national spotlight, you've had to adapt your lifestyle over the last couple weeks. You can only assume the police have been keeping an eye on Abby's house. Rather than trap yourself in your studio round the clock, you've worked out a means of getting outside while staying under the radar. You slip out the back and head toward the beach. Abby was kind enough to provide you with her most expensive vehicle, the 2017 Bentley Continental, parked about 5 minutes down the coast. It's the least she could do, you think, given the life of austerity you've been otherwise forced to live as a fugitive. And we see the walking path down the street to the car. So we're gonna pause here for a minute and take a look at this outfit. Does this look familiar to anyone else? Because if you've been watching the Hussie Instagram account, it may look rather familiar, and I will show you why. So these are this is how fucking long ago is... Oh, September 9th, 2019. I don't know if y'all can see the thing that pops up when I hover over the date, but September 9th, 2019. We have the Hussie with the sports sunglasses. And this is what was the most, like... I was like immediately, oh my god, I remember those exactly, because everyone was laughing about how fucking ridiculous they are. That's a BTS. Oh, that is a BTS poster back there, I guess. I can't really tell. I'm gonna trust you on that. Oh, you're guessing as well? I think it is, probably? I don't know. I don't know what BTS marketing looks like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know their eras or their aesthetics over time to be able to tell with this kind of like nondescript image whether or not it's BTS. But yeah, he is a BTS stan, so yeah, it's likely. And the sweater we see. And this, I had to go back and find all this and verify today, because I was like Not 100% sure. But I was just like, why do I recognize that? Like, is that just a sweater that I saw on Tumblr? Or is that something that's connected to him? Because he'd used the sunglasses, so maybe the sweater is also. And it is. This was from back when he was putting the Toblerone at the cave in Washington. 79 weeks ago. August 25th, 2019. Do y'all remember the fucking Toblerone summer? That was some shit. Yeah, good for you, good for you, good for you, good for you, good for you. That actually is a pretty sick sweater. And then, I wasn't even looking for this. And I found this. This was from putting the Toblerones in that tea shop. Oh no, I can't remember what country the tea shop was in. But this was when he put the Toblerone in the tea shop. This is another shirt that we have seen Z wearing, specifically borrowing from Abby's clothing collection. I guess all of this would be at this point. But yeah, I wasn't even looking for this. I was trying to find an image of the sports sunglasses, and then I found the other stuff at the same time. But yeah. So if that stuff, looks familiar, that's why. It's because he's taking strong inspiration from his own wardrobe. In Abby's outfits. Or in Abby's closet in Z's outfits. Yeah. An interesting fun fact tidbit to keep an eye out for in later chapters, I guess. Yes, the summer of June. One day we'll see the rest of Homestuck squared. Okay. Moving forward. So much has happened in the past couple weeks, it's hard to keep track of it all. But you guess that's just life now. A little time alone behind the wheel of a luxury vehicle should help you organize your thoughts. And we have their Instagram with 413 posts and 6.12 million followers. Since you relaunched your brand, never in your wildest dreams did you imagine having more followers than Abby, let alone leapfrogging over her so quickly. Her following has been ticking up steadily too, but is nothing compared to the rate of your fandom's growth. You are the star of this circus, and now even Abby's fan base has to admit she's become a close orbiting satellite to your brand, rather than the other way around as it once was. Something about the chaotic energy of the Jubilite craze, combined with the drama of the dead cop scandal, has resulted in transforming your social media presence into phenomenon status. The media has become obsessed. It's fascinating to many for its unusual and incendiary ideological focus, and is just as captivating to others for resembling a slow-motion train wreck. There is a sense among your millions of new followers that the more sensational criminal elements surrounding the daily drama of your brand will only get worse, and people are here for it. You adamantly deny the accusations, of course, and expertly weave these denunciations into your performance to magnify the attention to your accounts. Since the natural targets of your screeds are the corrupt government, corporations, and the police forces around the nation, which only serve to protect their power and wealth, it's been pretty easy to conjure a narrative framing these accusations as an attempt by powerful forces to silence you. And they're rounding into a residential neighborhood. By the looks of it, most of your followers are willing to believe your denunciations, and not many of them were big fans of law enforcement to begin with anyway. It's just more fuel for your showmanship, a story that's easy to sell to a hungry crowd. Almost as easy to sell as Abby's parents have been on your recent Pranksis efforts. On that front, It's been like shooting fish in a barrel. Abby has her dad deeply concerned about market volatility and selling off huge amounts of stock to buy Bitcoin, which he then enthusiastically funnels into your spoof wallet. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. You and Percy have been working her mom, who's been doing the same thing with a totally separate spoof wallet, unbeknownst to her husband, in anticipation of carving out a portion of their assets which she can make off with after the imminent divorce. Every time they make new deposits, you're sure to quickly reroute those funds to offshore accounts under your control. Meanwhile, you maintain fake back-end sites for them to look at, which makes it appear their deposits are still secure. They're both so caught up in the process, it hasn't even occurred to them to wonder if they're being robbed. Percy's been an invaluable accessory to the ruse. He now needs minimal instruction to play the role of Abby's mom's lover. They exchange racy photos and sex messages frequently between their phone calls. You've had a lot of fun photoshopping the head of the man she believes she's talking to onto body shots sourced from amateur porn. You get some pretty steamy pics back from her in return, but you spare Abby the trauma of sharing those with her. Yeah, yikes. Okay, I'm gonna just take a drink of water before I keep going. Percy has made plans to come to the island tomorrow to help out with some new projects you're working on. Having another set of hands will be helpful as you move into more ambitious phases of your brand's development, especially while you're trying to keep a low profile. Of course, it's nagging at you that the police have his photo. You still haven't told him. Oh, posture check and stretch. Were those supposed to come through twice? But yes, thanks much. I will indeed do both of those things. Sit up nice and tall, stretch my back. I have spent my whole fucking day sitting at this goddamn hell machine typing shit. Okay. Sitting up nice and tall. They still haven't told him. You just can't seem to find the right moment. It would be such a downer having to explain something like that when you're both having such a good time swindling billionaires. You'll get around to it someday. Besides, he knows perfectly well you're connected to a murder in the news, and now he must know how deeply implicated he is in a fraud scheme as well. No matter what you have or haven't told him, he has to understand the truth. There's no going back. All of this just sounds so famous last words. And yeah, oh boy. Yeah. This chapter fucking hurts. For old time's sake, you head down the street of your apartment. You haven't seen the place in weeks, not since the night this all began. No squad cars anywhere. Not surprising, since they've probably taken all the evidence they need from your place already. You suppose that means there's no reason to even try entering anymore. All your stuff, your beloved posters, liquor bottles, and nasty macaroni pots, it's all probably in the evidence room somewhere by now. You never liked the place much, but it's still sad to think that chapter of your life is over for good. You head back to the remote parking spot Abby found for you and begin your shoreline trek back to your hideout. Yeah, I was surprised that nothing happened at the house. Nothing went bad, they just went and saw it and left. You're in no hurry. The scenic walk gives you more time to think about the big plans you have brewing, and the preposterous amount of newfound financial flexibility you have to put them into motion. If only Percy knew what you really had in store for him on this island. Abby too, for that matter. But it's better to reveal your more ambitious ideas to people in smaller doses. Uh-oh, we have a guest. the sunglasses come off. As they look back, he appears to be fading. And now, he's gone. Alone again. Yeah, a normal walk, yeah. The ghost of their father looks to be. Could be a ghost, could be they're being haunted by hallucinations from the stress of all of the stuff that they have gone through and are going through. Because it looks exactly like the figure that showed up in their dreams as well, representing their father. But yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, the stress of that on top of everything else. Later. I too am constantly haunted by specters of my loved ones at their sickest and weakest. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's a legit thing that happens when people, that can happen when people are under very extreme psychological duress, is, you know, developing hallucinations. So that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards that. Because that image just seems so, like, from the way that Z talked about it in the first chapter, that, like, image of their father like that seems, like, so tailor-made to their specific nightmare vision of what that time in their life was like, you know? Okay, we're back with Abby. How much did they deposit today? Your dad put in around $350 million. Your mom only about $100 million. But that's actually a lot for her. It's the biggest deposit she's made yet. Wow. Yeah, I know. Only $100 million. Wow. And we see they're chilling in Abby's room with some mood lighting. Evening mood lighting. I can't believe how casually these people peel off another $100 million like it's a $10 bill. Money seems so abstract and meaningless to them. No wonder this is turning out to be easy. I'm not sure I would call it easy. I feel depraved pretending to talk like a Republican. Saying some of the shit I've said has made me feel so much dirtier than if all we were doing was stealing money. At least your side of the operation is more fun. Yeah, I'm hardly even doing anything anymore. Yeah, jump change. These two. Percy's been doing most of it lately. He's coaching her very well on working their assets. He's turning out to be a pretty good con artist. Well, that's only because you are, and you're the one coaching him. I don't know. I've barely talked to these people at all, except for initially seducing your mom in a shitty email chain. You're the one who somehow turned your dad into a slobbering crypto junkie. Dude literally believes our entire economic system is on the brink of collapse and Bitcoin is the only safe haven now. It's true. He's really obsessed with this project now. To be fair, our entire economic system actually is on the verge of collapse, but whatever. He won't be affected by the collapse because all his money will be gone by then. Yeah. How much do we have now? Almost $5 billion. Fuck, that's so much. It's certainly nothing to sneeze at. And you're absolutely sure it's like ours? Yes. Except for what they deposited today, none of the money is still in the spoof wallets. I resell the coins quickly and spread it out all across a bunch of foreign accounts. What, you actually just opened up a bunch of Swiss accounts or some shit? Like in the movies? Well, they're not mine exactly. They're all in your name. It's less suspicious that way, since, you know, you're actually a rich person, and I'm a fucking wanted felon. When you look at it that way, I guess this is all When you look at it that way, I guess this is all really just an elaborate early inheritance scheme. Pigeon concert, hello, welcome. I'm kind of surprised here that Abby is not at least a little shocked or upset that Z just casually used her name on these bank accounts without consulting with her. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like the kind of thing you'd want to be like, hey, heads up, this is what I would like to do to store the money. I would like to use your name for these accounts. Because, like, that brings up huge implications. Or, like, you know, if Abby's parents find these accounts and under her name, and then all this other stuff gets blown up, but Abby doesn't know the accounts have been made under her name, and there's all this other, like, you know, that seems like the kind of thing you'd want to tell someone about if you're trying to do a crime together. Oh, God. Don't you, like, a social to open a bank account? Yeah, like, does Z just have access to that kind of information? Like, they'd need to open a bank account under Abby's name? Like, is that something they shared already? Was that, like, an off-screen conversation? But that doesn't seem like it was an off-screen conversation that happened, because Abby didn't know until now that the bank accounts were in her name. Should have pinned it on Percy again. Oh, fucking Percy. Oh, poor sweet fucking Percy. Anyway, yeah, I just found that a little odd. Yeah. So they can't see that you're just sucking the bitcoins out right after they put them in? No, they only see what I want them to see. The wallets make it look like the coins are still there. They'll only run into a problem if they try to sell them. Hey friend, I did an identity fraud on you. No big deal, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, no big deal, no big deal. Oh, yeah, poor dumb Percy. God. I would bet any money Percy actually had no fucking clue just how in deep he got with this shit. Even without knowing about the police having his photo from before. But yeah, they'll only run into a problem if they try to sell them. It's like, okay, well that's kind of like a big thing. Like, do you have a backup plan for that? Like... And I don't see that happening soon. Your folks are awfully bullish on crypto suddenly. When you say their money's all going to be gone, are you really going to try and get all of it? That would be ideal, but we're gonna hit a wall soon. I don't think even your dad is dumb enough to convert his entire fortune into Bitcoin. And Percy tells me it sounds like the remaining assets are going to be a lot harder to move. Much less liquidity than whatever they've been trading to buy the coins we've got so far. He must be in really deep with my mom to find out anything like that. Oh yeah, he is. I mean, we both are. We tag team this. I listen in on his calls with her and sometimes text him notes on where to steer the conversation. God. I'm also in charge of supplying the thirst trap shots. What? Abs, this courtship is at a whole nother level now. Percy's putting on quite a show with his very masculine Republican-sounding voice. Naturally, there's gonna be some sexting, too. Like, with actual photos. Percy sending my mom nudes? No, I just photoshopped them. It's easy to find face shots of this real dude she thinks she's talking to. I just paste them on top of, like, amateur porn. LMAO! And boy, does she reciprocate. I must say, Abby, your mother is one hot bitch. Oh, Jesus. I'm not sure if I want to see any of this shit. Oh, I wasn't planning on sharing my gallery of your slutty mom shots. Don't worry. Oh my. It's my private collection. Oh gee, you mischievous whore. Anyway, I can see where I can see where you get it from. Fucking yowza. Lol, yes, she's quite attractive. I mean, she was a trophy wife once upon a time. Almost feel sorry for her. Developing a sort of kinship with her, actually. Why? Because we both want to rip off your dad. It just so happens I'm the only one actually succeeding. Whatever. She can take solace in the fact that her daughter turned out to be 1 billion times the gold digger she ever was. That's true. It turns out I'm quite rich. And I had to do even less to get my shady funds than my criminal dad did. Now all I need is my own trophy wife. Ow! Hey now, let's be clear who'd be whose trophy wife. If anything, you'd be mine, since I have way more clout now. The fact that Abby's so on board is mildly disconcerting. Yeah, like, we haven't gotten much specific information about Abby's relationship with her parents. But it seems like really bad. They're billionaires and eat the rich, but at least have some hesitation. I mean, she has been showing some hesitation, you know, being like, are you really planning on taking all of it? You know. But yeah, there seems to be, like, I get the feeling that there's something in her past and her relationship with her parents that she is more than happy to seek revenge on them for, you know what I mean? That's the kind of vibe that I get from her situation. Also, this panel, I just gotta say, is real cute. But why are their arms so long? I feel like their arms are way too long. Like, that's not just me, right? Both of them, their arms are really long. Unrelated. But, yeah, like, there's gotta be... And I'm curious as to whether or not we'll ever get more elaboration on any of that. Because the narrative does seem to be... Like, we got the kind of character intro for Abby, but it is really very focused on Z and being inside of Z's head. So I don't know if we'll ever get more elaboration on that. I'd be very interested if we did, but for the time being, it doesn't look likely, at least to me. They've got Homestuck character arms, the ones that weren't on the table. Yeah, the torso to hip ratio. That is another interesting. I hadn't noticed that specifically, but that's also true. Yeah. But I'm just like, if their arms were lying flat, then their elbows would be like at their butt, basically, which is, I mean, like, I'm laying my arms down now, my elbows are falling like at my waist, not at my ass. You know what I mean? Yeah, slight foreshortening on the legs, but I don't think it should be that much. Yeah. Honestly, though, for all of the, like, you know, a lot of this has been done in a really overly simplified art style. This is the first time that I've noticed anything, like, super immediately noticeably wonky about the anatomy. Like, I'm sure if I closely examined maybe a few other panels, there would have been something to notice, but, like, for the most part, I feel like it's been okay. Like, this is the first time I've looked at something and immediately been like, what is going on here? But yeah, I'll get back to the conversation now because they're being cute. Hey now, let's be clear who would be whose trophy wife. If anything, you'd be mine since I have way more clout now. Excuse me, Z? But didn't I just hear you say all these bank accounts are in my name? Damn, you're right. I guess I don't know whose fucking money this really is. Well, according to the tenets of Pranksis, nobody really owns it. It's all fake shit, just like gender and all the other stuff you like to rant about. Money is just little numbers on computers, mostly, moving around all the time, but not really doing the world much good. So we might as well move it our way and make some better things happen. I can't believe how thoroughly I've converted you to Jubilitism. And I thought your parents were supposed to be the easy marks, falling for all this Bitcoin shit. But you make them look like stone-faced skeptics. Lol, well, I have to keep sucking up to your whole clown religion if I want to be your trophy wife someday. How else am I going to cash in on my money? Oh, that's extremely fair. Carry on with your ass-kissing then. You haven't even heard the good shit yet. What's the good shit? Like, advanced lessons in Pranksis. If you like what we've already been doing, the advanced shit would knock your socks off. Oh lord. These are the types of methods we'll need to start employing if we want to get the rest of their money, plus a lot more from other sources. They aren't exactly the only billionaires in the world, you know. Unbelievable. You've got $5 billion in the bank and you just want to keep hustling? Hell yeah. We're on a mission here. Why slow down? I just can't even imagine what you're planning on doing with all this money. You can't even show your face in public because you're a cop killer. Doesn't matter if you can't imagine it. Doesn't matter if you can't imagine it. I can. It all just feeds into more Pranksis. More money, more publicity, more financial influence and leverage around the world, more Pranksis. Alright, but what if we slowed it down a bit and, just try to enjoy this more? I feel like I keep coming back to that. This was supposed to be fun. It is fun. Pranksis is fun. It is its own reward. You know why people play pranks? 'Cause that shit's fun. Okay, I can't argue with that. But it's also very risky, high-stakes stuff, and I don't know, there's other stuff to think about. Like what? Well, I have ideas too. Oh, do you now? Since when? Since always. I'm full of ideas. Not sure I like hearing this. I'm not getting myself a trophy wife so she can do a bunch of thinking. Well, fuck you. I'm not gonna be your trophy wife. Either you're going to be mine or the marriage is off. Holy shit. Yes, ma'am. So tell me your huge brain ideas. When you're done with my dick flattening, I mean. I've been thinking a lot about your clown gender stuff. Yeah? Yes, it all sounds silly. It all sounds so silly at first, but it's kind of a brain worm. I've been considering where I fit on the triangle. And what have you decided? Well, I don't know if anything fully speaks to me yet, and I just wonder if some adjustments could be made to the system. Adjustments? Yeah, I mean, since it's kind of a silly system that you just pulled out of your ass anyway. Abby, I did not pull this out of my ass. It's extremely serious. Oh, sure, saying you identify as clown gendered is the most serious thing in the world. Who could argue with that? You know what I mean. Yeah, I know you believe in the ideas. I'm just saying. Since you're so creative and all and extra serious about gender philosophy, maybe you could, do something with horse gender? Horse gender? Yeah, why not? Abby, that is patently absurd. No, it's not. Not any more absurd than clown gender. I love this conversation so fucking much. I think this is probably one of my favorite conversations in the entire thing so far. But it doesn't have to be if you actually think about it and make it work. Come on, can't you do it for me? I think you just want to identify as horse gender no matter what logic I come up with. So what if I do? Isn't that my right? Well, yeah, it is. Maybe you have a good point. God damn it. I can't believe I'm letting you strong-arm me into revising my manifesto extemporaneously. Nobody would even know you're revising it. You could just be releasing a new chapter, elaborating on it. Kind of like how you're still going to unveil advanced pranksis or whatever. That's true. Alright, give me a minute. Let me sketch some ideas. Horse gender is incredibly valid. Horse gender. And then they get to work. You and Abby head right back to the gender drawing board. She's given you an interesting challenge. Handed you an oddly shaped shoe, if you will, and it's your job to make it fit. Abby's a hack. Yes, there's our little sneak peek. A horseshoe? Horseshoes are involved. After playing with your continuum a bit, you decide to stay with the pyramid format. You don't want to revolutionize your own system too much, since everyone's already acclimated to the logic of a pyramid. Your goal is to enrich everyone's understanding of gender, not vex them with increasingly convoluted nonsense. After a couple hours, you think you have something workable here. You and Abby are too excited about it to sit on it, though. You decide to improvise a live stream right now to inform everyone of your astounding new breakthroughs. Alright, here we go. Almost the Libra sign. Yeah, I think the emoji they end up using in the chart later is like the... something from the Greek alphabet. They don't use a horseshoe emoji. I'm sure you'll all be thrilled to hear I've made some astounding new breakthroughs on the Jubilite philosophy of gender. I have just 2 words to say. Horse gender. As you can see, the pyramid-shaped continuum remains intact, but the y-axis has been extended to go even lower, which means that while horizontally we have the conventional male-to-female gender spectrum, vertically we now also have the clown-to-horse gender spectrum. Both axes are, of course, a fluid spectrum, and you can position yourself anywhere on this continuum that feels true to your experience. So what's horse gender? Glad you asked. It represents the extreme counterpoint to clown gender. Where clown gender embodies a whimsical absolute lack of identification with the conventional gender spectrum, or even the entire idea of gender, horse gender is the total opposite. It means extreme identification with any given gender on the horizontal axis. So, if you're a horse-gendered male, it means you're saying you feel extremely male. Or if you're a horse-gendered woman, you're like, God damn, I am a fucking woman. I guess an example of that would be like, TERFs? I mean, don't take that too literally. I don't want to taint horse gender for everybody right out of the gate. You could also be hella woman identified without being weird and turfy about it, and that would still be a totally valid horse gender feeling. Like my friend Abby. She's a proud horsewoman. And she's like, wonderful. Oh my god. I fucking love this panel. So I think you get the idea. Move up the scale towards clown, you hardly give a fuck. You're a wild card, untethered from this maddening social construct. Move down toward horse, and you're digging in. Where clown is a symbol of whimsy, horse is a symbol of strength. You're like, hell yeah, I'm into this fucking gender, and that's cool! And there's nothing wrong with that. The system accounts for it. All points on this continuum are equally valid. And notice in the middle of the scale vertically, between horse and clown, that's just the average gender spectrum. That's where you are if you don't feel super strong or weak about your identity either way. And if that's you, also fucking valid. So having said that, allow me to illustrate some examples of putting this into practice as I see it. Okay. So there's this. The character for Omega. I was like, I swear I know this one, but yeah, no. the character for Omega. Yes, extremely strong gender. Equus, what do you tell? Okay, so we have, I can recognize most of these faces. So in the top row, we have Post Malone and Z. The second row, I'm a little fuzzy on. I think the second one on the left is Justin Bieber, but I really can't place the second one on the right. The third two is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Ariana Grande. And the bottom two are Obama and J.K. Rowling. Yeah, and this is an interesting, I mean, the chart speaks for itself, and Z gives a little more explanation of some of these that I haven't read yet. Post Z? I can't tell if that's, like, a celebrity name, or... That's what you can see as well. Yeah, is that... No, that's not. Google's telling me anything. Who is that second person on the... You're going to attempt to list what you could, but you got them all. Oh, Post Malone, see? Second one on the right, Miley Cyrus? Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the second one on the right is like... I feel like it's the most pixelated, but maybe I feel like it's the most pixelated because it's the only one that I don't, like, recognize. But yeah, that could be Miley Cyrus. Anyhow, I don't know. If anyone gets any sparkling ideas while I'm reading, feel free to toss them in chat, because yeah. Now, I don't claim to speak for these people. You should try to see them as, like, my headcanons? I guess they can come forward and set the record straight if they want. Ha, Post, I'm looking at you. Just joking, man, you don't gotta. But you can. What else is going on with this shit? Let's see. Kinda think the Obama placement is a no-brainer. J.K. Rowling, too. Now, that's a horse-gendered woman if there ever was one. If ever there was one. Hey, what do you want from me? She gets up to all this fucking turfy shit. Seems to me as if she wants to park herself in a barn and make a big turfy bed made out of, like, hay or whatever and wacky gender essentialism. Then she's more than welcome to do that. It just lands her on the horsewoman point of the triangle is all I'm saying. Go on and let her whinny. Or don't. Drag her to the glue factory if you really must. I'm not here to police your online activism. I am only here to report on all the good shit when it comes to my kick-ass gender pyramid. The point is, all of this is accounted for in the diagram. I know this and be free. Alright. Is that enough of fucking that yet? You bet it is. End stream. Oh, Jennifer Lawrence. NB celebs Miley Cyrus is at the top of the list. Interesting. So yeah, that is probably Miley Cyrus then, for sure. Why is Justin Bieber trying to crop Carl O's mustache in The Princess Bride? I think that if he does that, some kind of Wesley coolness will rub off on him. Dunno. Is Miley non-binary though? Yeah, I mean, like, that's also another big question. Did Miley Cyrus actually come out as non-binary, or, you know, what is up with that? Okay, it is 20 after 12, which means this is an ideal break point to, well, take a break. So I'm going to do that. I love it when the timing does that. Hello. Welcome back, everyone. I've been doing some Googling during the break. Very brief Googling. Apparently, Miley Cyrus came out as gender fluid in like 2015. So that's a thing. That answers that question. So that does indeed make sense as a placement. But yes, did I? Yeah, I did get the break text off the screen. I was like, oh my god, did I forget to do that? I didn't. Oh, yes. So they're back in Abby's bedroom. Scrolling on their phones. Falling asleep after a long day. And we're back in the dream world. Where David Hasselhoff is looking a little bit like an angry clown horse. Cardinal sin of falling asleep in makeup. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. When I was in like grade 9, 10, when I used to wear makeup to school every day, it was just cover up and mascara. And like some lip gloss, so nothing extreme. But I never washed off my makeup before going to bed. I always just washed my face the next morning and then smacked more makeup on. And I have no fucking idea how I never got an eye infection from that. Like, oh my god, that's so stupid. It's like, and I wouldn't even like, I'd wash it off in the shower by just like rubbing a face cloth over my eyes. There's still like, I still have to fucking use the face cloths that I stained with my mascara when I was a dumbass 14-year-old. Oh god, yeah. Not good. Not good. But yes, we're back in the dream realm with Pink Z. And as the camera pulls back, there's that starry sky again. Guess who we're gonna get a visit from? Oh yeah, and this we didn't see quite this much last time, but we're seeing that this whole land around them, it's covered in like circus tents. This like, the way that this is set up really reminds me of like Gamzee's Land of Tents and Mirth. And up they go into the stars. Exactly, yeah. And of course I've seen much theorization about Z as a hero of Rage, which does make a lot of sense because of Rage's association with like truth and justice. As he calls it, Whimsify. Right. It is Whimsify where the Jubilites are from. And this, I am fairly certain that this is Riotous. The hand of Riotous reaching out to gently catch a falling Z. Woo! And that is more of a full body look than we've had of Riotous this whole time. Yes, those 4 diamonds. Riotous's look as a whole as vibe. It kind of is. Oh, Max. When I saw this, it reminded me of the costumes from the Ultra 7 video that you put in the Discord. Like, specifically the hero costumes. I remember those. Yeah. That's what that made me think of. Not silver enough. Could use more silver. And a better look at the face. I wonder why the choice of blue and green. Assuming the Ultra Garrison uniforms. No, I think I was thinking of like the Ultra 7, like the hero type costume. Probably. Big JoJo vibes? Ooh, that too. Yeah, these. You have been doing very well. And Hussie's avatar used a lot of green in Homestuck. That's true, it did. But we are back awake in Abby's room. And there's 2 figures this time. So I'm guessing the second figure is somehow representative of their mom. Who, again, much like with Abby's parents, we've gotten like a little more information about Z's relationship with their parents than Abby's relationship with her parents. But yeah, still not, you know, we just kind of got the, you know, we have the impression that they had a very not great relationship. I'm guessing that that is Abby's mom. Yeah, and they're just like, oh God, this again, oh God. And now they're gone. Oh dear. The next day. Guilt over letting their father die and guilt over swindling Abby's mother? Oh, I don't think they feel any guilt over swindling Abby's mother. Yeah, maybe some guilt over leaving their mother alone after their father's death, maybe? But yes, the next day we are back at the wharf. You check your phone and notice the date happens to be the 20th of May. Exactly 1 month since the night you went on that fateful drive with your manifesto. I was meaning to go back and double check all of the 1 week time skips to see if that actually made any sense. Because, like, something was telling me it was longer than that. But, I don't know. I didn't go back and check. Sorry. Today, Percy is scheduled to arrive so he can assist with new projects. You wait for his ferry from inside the Bentley, parked at a distance to stay out of sight. You haven't been here since the night you disposed of the squad car. You find yourself glancing in that direction now and then. You have no idea if they dredged the car out of the water yet, or if they even figured out that's where it ended up. That incriminating dashboard camera footage was probably completely wiped out after being submerged in salt water for weeks, you guess you're relieved about that, but then with the amount of hysteria there is about this case in the media, that footage hardly seems to matter anymore. You're who they're looking for, and nothing can change that. All you can really do now is make sure you don't get caught. And in comes the fairy. And there's Percy, all masked up. There's Percy. He radiates the nervous energy of an eager simp. He looks around for you, but of course you won't be getting out of the car. You'll just text him to come find you. Oh shit. Yeah, Here it fucking comes. Shit. The cops must have been waiting for Percy to arrive before making their move. Were they tracking him from the mainland too? How did they figure out who he was? Maybe they ran some facial recognition software on the photo you sent, and something finally turned up in their system. Whatever the case, this won't do it all. If they take him into custody, interrogate him, and take his phone, this is all over. They'll close in on you and Abby in no time. You need to deal with this now. And stepping on the gas, off they go. Swerving after that cop car. And you can probably guess where this is going. Taking a route to cut them right off. And here they come. Oh god. And directly into the side of the car. Skid and swerve. And out of the car, and they have the gun. And there's an eyewitness. Looks like a old fellow with glasses on the left behind the building. Who is coming a little closer to see what the heck's happening. Someone else has come out of a house on the right-hand side. The big man has the fucking gun and ready, aim, fire. 2 shots fired. The people watching are very distressed. Another. One of those guys is left. Somebody's got their phone camera out now. The other person is leaving. They're probably freaked out. There's another guy coming up on the left-hand side. They're just still firing. Aiming at the guy with the fucking camera. God. As they reach into the back to retrieve fucking Percy. And make a swift exit from the scene. Losing their hat along the way. Oh. You need to get off the street and fast. Oh god, my uwoos. Okay, you got it. Def Jam Fight for New York. Oh, because that's how the player character in that game is introduced. T-running a cop car carrying the previous game's final boss or big bad to jail. Huh. Might I just add that this music is hauntingly excellent for this scene. Okay. Ulus. Are those showing up twice for anyone else? Like, did you actually purchase it 2 times in a row, or is it just the one? I'll do an extra long Ulu, it's fine. Oh yeah, Clark Powell. Super fucking kills it. Okay, so it's only doubling. I don't know why it's doubling on my screen. That's so weird. I'll just do the one then. Hoping you timed it right. You did. You did. You timed it very correctly. But yeah, we got this gorgeously perfect haunting piece, and now I'm gonna read the dialogue in fucking Ulu voice. You need to get off the street and fast. Your car was totaled and Abby's house is too far away. You look around for shelter, any place at all that could get you out of broad daylight for a little while. You just remember the restaurant you used to work at is down the street. Hopefully the owner still has it shut down due to the pandemic. That would be an ideal hideout for the rest of the day while this blows over. You head down the alley to the back entrance. There's a good chance it's locked, but that shouldn't be a problem. When you have a gun, you can just shoot it off. Although, you know, if they're trying to hide out and not draw attention to themselves, that seems kind of counterintuitive. And in they go. It's dark inside. All the tables and chairs are put away. Looks like no one set foot in here since the last day you waited tables. Perfect. Could use this silencer. Mythbusters debunked that trope. Which trope? And you can see on their forehead, right hand side, they're starting to bleed. Well, perfect for hiding, but in most other ways, far from perfect. This is a fucking mess. There's no drowning the evidence for what you did this time. For what you just did this time. You murdered 2 cops out in the open, and the dashboard camera sure we caught it this time. Ugh. I can read. Yeah. Okay. There was no drowning the evidence for what you just did this time. You murdered 2 cops out in the open, and the dashboard camera sure we caught it this time. There were a few eyewitnesses as well. You'll be hearing about this on the news before the end of the day, no question. Maybe within the hour. You revisit your memories of working at this restaurant with a mysterious pang of nostalgia. You used to hate this place. You resented the tourists, the bad tips, the shitty boss. But seeing it empty and dark like this, it reminds you that things may never return to the way they once were. They certainly won't for you after what you just did. Oh, the myth of shooting the lock open. I see. Yeah, Z's example is pretty extreme, but I definitely relate to having the sinking moment where you realize that, wow, you really cannot go back to the way that things were before. And I know that, you know, there's been a lot of we shouldn't be going back to the way they were before because, you know, the system wasn't working. And yeah, it's I don't mean in that way. I just mean in you'll know what I mean, right? Yeah. So much more than just the systems that need to change are not going to be able to go back to the way that they were before. You nearly forgot about Posey. He stands there shaking, terrified, still cuffed. You realize he probably assumes he was just arrested for his involvement with Bitcoin fraud. Maybe you have some explaining to do. But yeah, pre versus post-COVID. Never equivalent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, po dumb pussy. And we're gonna cut the Uwus. Oh. God, this conversation hurts so much. Hey, Percy, are you okay? Oh man, you're bleeding, damn. Wait. Oh. Lol, no, that's just my blood. I guess I fucked myself up in the crash. Whew, thought one of my bullets got you. This is like... I think it speaks to the gravity of this moment, that I think this is one of the most high quality images of Z that we've gotten in the entire story. Like, there is no part of her that is a reused asset or a heavily pixelated asset. This image is sharp as fuck. Oh yes, peak ragebound behavior as well. Listen, there's something I need to confess. You know how I've been saying all those cop killing accusations are lies? Well, actually, I did it. I killed the cop in self-defense and covered it up. I mean, maybe that's not the stunning news I think it is, considering, like, I just shot 2 cops right in front of you to bust you out of custody? LMAO. Okay, that's not actually what I wanted to confess. See, the real reason they arrested you is... Man, why is this so hard to admit? Hello, Recursive, welcome. Yes, continue to King Gamzee, God. Z Makar and Abby's a hack. Oh my god, stop! But, yeah, just shot a bunch of cops in broad daylight and I'm bleeding right now. Funny that. Yeah, the juxtaposition of, like, crunchy Percy and crystal clear Z. Like, these are the clearest Z sprites in the entire game so far. They are crisp. Sharp as fuck. The cops got your picture because I roped you into all this Bitcoin scam shit. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, Z, no. In the meantime, this poor befuddled Percy, the look on his face throughout this entire scene. And Z's just like, everything's fine. I'm smearing blood on your face, but everything's fine. Yeah, the blood on Percy is also very heavily pixelated compared to Z. It's all my fault. I got you into this mess. I suckered you into our pranks racket, and now you're a wanted felon just like me. In my defense, I was just having too much fun scamming those rich boomers with you. You're a natural at it, and I was on such a roll making fake amateur nudes in Photoshop and shit. Maybe this sounds selfish of me, but I wouldn't change a thing even though it got you in trouble with the law. Well, both of us in trouble. Oh. And I know how you must be feeling. I've been feeling it for weeks. That sense that your life is never going to be the same again. that you'll always be looking over your shoulder, that the name Percy is forever going to be associated with these crimes, and there's nothing left to do but keep fighting until the threat is fully destroyed. Z is like just full having a breakdown on this man right now. He could be concussed on top of all this. That's true. He doesn't say a single thing throughout this entire scene. Like... Oh, and this. This is the one that leaves the sharpest impression. We're right up in Z's face, and it's just crystalline sharp. Page energy from Percy. Oy. I mean, true. But, like, this is, like, Jokerification stuff. But, like, yeah, this one face hits like a ton of fucking bricks. Especially paired with this fucking dialogue, okay? But here's the good news. No matter how much the media drags the name Percy through the mud from now on, we both know there is no Percy anymore. Percy died today. You are no longer a humble human simp. You are a Jubilite now and forever. You are Perse. Fucking baptizing him with a red, bloody red clown nose as, the blood just continues to pour. And he is still cuffed, and he is still not saying anything. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Stop. No. Ah! That's not... Percy did not consent to this. Z. And we zoom out. We zoom out. We zoom out. All the cop cars in the surrounding area of their crash. And that is all for chapter 4. Holy shit. Oh my god, Beef, stop. God. Fucking holy shit. To be fucking continued. Actually, I am gonna check the Psycholonials update to see if next weekend is the one where we skip a chapter. No, it is not next week, it's the week after. So, chapter 5. Next fucking week. Someone has to keep up with the shitposting quota. That's true. Oh god, I really need to... I need to set my mind to it tonight to get my YouTube shit together so I can get back on a regular posting schedule. But yeah. Any predictions as to what the fuck is going to happen from here? Like, God, I am honestly terrified for Percy. Yeah. That was a lot. Yeah. Percy, who has been bloodily baptized as Perse, during, like, God. The last chapter makes the movement a lot more culty in retrospect. That is true. Yeah. Like, it's kind of difficult to tell whether or not that is a part of Z's intentions with this whole Jubilite movement. Like, is there some element of deliberate cult building? Or... to play devil's advocate, and based on previous chapters, things can return to normalcy for a bit before the consequences actually catch up with Z. Yeah, I mean, that is how they handled it. They've handled most stuff before, is that there's been, you know, they've been able to maintain some relative form of quiet before it really catches up. New option, there's a cast list now. Oh, I missed that, no. Cast. Oh my god, and it gives people's fucking gender. Z, clown gender, Abby, horsewoman, Percy, just a plain old man, and David Hasselhoff is just a horse. Oh, and the clown sonas. Hero clown sonas with same gender, but yeah, that's their clown sonas. And the witness. Oh, interesting. The witnesses have names. Thank you for pointing this out. Holy shit. Bertrand, Hazel, Gulliver, and Maurice. And they're all binary gendered. Huh. Z does not seem to notice how this is snowballing to an extent. Yeah, Z is like... Z has a potentially rather unhealthy level of disconnect from the full scope of what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like there's yeah. No idea how it changes over the course of the game because everyone has already played all 4 chapters. Would be silly if it was there from the start. Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they've coded it to update depending on what chapter you're on. Or what chapters you've played already. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's unlocked with this specific chapter because now the gender triangle is complete. Could be riotous is dulling that part of Z's awareness to keep them from trying to break away again. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole other discussion as well. You know, is this riotous a real figure? Or is this, as Z is thinking right now, just like dream stuff? But yeah, if riotous is an actual figure, that could be an effect that they're having. Riot is Mobius Trip and or Hadron Collido. This one is still locked. I'm assuming that this is gonna unlock at the same time as we become a true successor and can choose the story path at other points in the interludes. Maybe it's just a big space bowman. It might also just mean more options may unlock later. Yeah, it could just be an indicator of more things to come, but yeah. Like a more generally speaking indicator. But yeah, the fact that she started dreaming about Riotous again the moment she found the manifesto gives me pause at assuming Riotous is not real. That's a good point. Looking forward to some meta shenanigans? Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. Z is also not. Anyway. It is, like, we're finishing at exactly 1, which is so perfect. So it could be the kind of thing where the more people know of Riotous, the more powerful Riotous becomes. Yes. Okay. So, once again, as with every other chapter, the stakes just got raised even higher. And we'll find out where the fuck this is going next weekend. Just to review, tomorrow, Saturday, Homestuck reread stream is canceled and they're kind of on hiatus until Psycholonials is finished, basically. Or, no, not until Psycholonials is finished. I think I should be able to start doing Homestuck reread streams again the weekend of the last chapter of Psycholonials. Or maybe the weekend before. Yeah, for the weekends of the last 2 chapters of Psycholonials, I should be able to start bringing back Homestuck reread streams then. Because that's the week of April 13th and the week of April 20th. And the week of April 13th is when my classes end and I hand in my last assignment. So I should be good that weekend to do a Homestuck reread stream, but I'll see how that goes because my final assignment is due on the fucking Friday of that week. So I might, I'll see how I'm doing at that point, but I might keep it to Saturday Psycholonials and then bring back Homestuck reread the next week. But, yeah, so Homestuck rereads temporary hiatus. Sonic is gonna be touch and go. We'll just have to see how I'm feeling on Wednesday nights. I would like to keep going with it as many Wednesdays as possible, especially since I'm shortening the weekends a little bit. But we shall have to see. It'll just have to be a week by week thing at this point, I think, for the Sonic streams, just until my course term ends. So yeah, that means that the next time I will be seeing you will hopefully be next Wednesday for Sonic Adventure DX. Yeah. You finished, right, the week before last, because this week, I was not able to do Sonic Stream, but the week before that, we did Big the Cat. I talked about this last week. Fuck Big the Cat. Or specifically, fuck his route in Sonic Adventure DX. Anyway, we're on to a new route, so we'll be voting on that whenever the next Sonic stream is. Hopefully it's next Wednesday. But, indeed, Big the Cat Big the Cat and Froggy are wonderful, but God, is that some of the worst video game experience. This is like the worst video game experience I've ever had. It was horrible. But the other routes are going to be better. So we're going to hop into a new one. We take a deep breath, push that experience behind me, and keep on moving. But yes, now Z doesn't even seem to feel pain. In the moment, it's rather ominous, the fact that she's unaware of how much blood they've lost. Right, yeah, just returning to Psycholonials for a moment. Yeah, I think that is probably just, like, the complete system shock of what just happened. That's my assumption, is just flat up system shock. I mean, I don't know, it could be something to do with, you know, the riotous and the other stuff. I guess I just tend to have a more literal perspective on things. Like, I'm like, okay, so, you know, the figure of the dead is a stress-based hallucination. They're not feeling, you know, or feeling the pain or realizing how much blood loss because of system shock. Like, this is, you know, I mean, what can I say? I minored in psychology. So that's kind of my more literal, pragmatic perspective on things, I guess. But I'm very much enjoying the theories of how, you know, the theories that are more like based on the assumption that riotous and the Jubilites are actual, like, real things in a real culture. Weren't feeling the urgency with the cop cars gathering nearby either. Maybe riotous will just reach their big old hand down and scoop him up, fling him into space. Oh, thank you, Corencio. Thank you for the vibes. I really need that. Thank you. People calling Z's dad Hussie? Are people really doing that? Hussie also haunts the narrative. Like, I wouldn't call Z's dad Hussie. I mean, like, Z's politics and certain pieces of Z's personality and views on things feel like Hussie has placed a lot of himself in Z as a character. And a bit with Abby as well. Less with Abby, I think, but a bit with Abby as well. But not Z's dad. That doesn't sound right to me. Remember who the author is. He managed to turn a detective story parody into a cosmic horror. Both could very well be true. Trauma and space clowns. Hey! Oh, right, I think I forgot to actually say anything out loud, but I did read your comment about waiting for the mirror clown. I am also waiting for that sweet, sweet child. From the trailer. Every time a tall person appears in the game, everybody goes Hussie. It's not Hussie personality or plot-wise. People are just seeing the tall guy. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, like, the sprite form, I guess, like, the shadow of the hair is similar to the shadow of Hussie Sprite's hair or whatever, but, yeah. He really is a psychic alien vision. He's the perfect vessel. It's your Twitter banner right now. You're waiting patiently. We better get that payoff soon, because I know that the part with fucking Post Malone and Kojima was not real. Or not, like, a part of the story, but I'm assuming that clown is going to appear eventually. Yeah, clearly it's Ryan North. God. Unless, oh my god, if he actually starts involving fucking Post Malone and Kojima as, like, actual parts of the plot and his own, like, his fucking clown e-boy author self-insert on the fucking helicopter pad or whatever. Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta rewatch that trailer, actually, now that we've gotten a few chapters in, and see what other things I can kind of pick up and theorize about. Because I'm sure there's something more, now that we have the context of the story, something more that we can get out of it. I mean, yes, okay, Obama was a character in the Homestuck epilogues. Was a speaking character. Stops to hear from what you remember. Tiny human from the famous webcomic Dinosaur Comics. Haven't watched it in full since it was released. Yeah, me neither. I have not watched it in full since it was released. So, that is something that I should do before next week then. I think that would be interesting to explore. Now that we have more story context. Indeed. But yes, I shall go. I'm going to attempt to get some stuff started on that midterm paper. Get something, anything set up for this midterm paper. Yeah, Hussie adds new images to the trailer page with every chapter you noticed. Oh, like the Steam page? Take breaks and stay hydrated. Yes, thank you. I will attempt. But yeah, okay. Yeah, because the Steam page doesn't have anything too new. Didn't check before this chapter, but he has on all the others thus far. I don't think I'm recognizing any new images here. Maybe... Let me see. What about this? Yeah, because, like, the only one I was thinking it could be would be this one, and I don't think this one is new. Damn it, stop doing that. Keeps auto-scrolling back to the first one. Yeah. I'm curious what the context for this one is. Like, what fucking conversation is surrounding this? I mean, like, a single person can't have herd immunity. I thought you were supposed to be smart. Think again, bitch. I want to know what the context for this is. Because what the fuck is going on in this goddamn panel? Anyway. That's all, folks. Yeah, I'm gonna take off, do some work on that. Also gonna try and get my shit in order for YouTube. I really don't have a whole lot that I need to fix up, and then I can start posting again. So, I'm off. Off I go, and I will see you all hopefully on Wednesday. Oh, good eye. Yeah, that was the same shirt from the end of this chapter. In the herd immunity panel, it was the same, like, shirt combo. Good eye. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we'll see the context for that one in the next chapter. But yes, I'm off. Gonna go take care of some shit. Try and get a good night's sleep, because I got a long fucking day tomorrow. Alright. Have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you all are getting up to. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out. Wonderful conversation today. And hopefully I'll be seeing y'all right back here for more shenanigans on Sonic Wednesday, if not next chapter of Psycholonials, next Saturday night. Let's go. I don't know why I just ended that way. Anyhow. Have a lovely, splendid rest of your day, whatever you may be getting up to. and I will see you all around. Good night.